No kids allowed.
Hello and welcome back to No Kids Allowed. The number one rule of this show is,
No children?
well, no kids.
Oh.
Specifically kids.
Okay.
It's not called no children
So no
allowed.
baby goats and no children.
No baby goats and no kids allowed. Okay.
No dogs?
A dog isn't a kid. So I guess a dog is okay.
Okay. What about a puppy?
Okay, well, look, we didn't get into specifics of who and who is not allowed.
Okay. Well, then why did you ask me?
Well, I thought that you would just have some witty banter to come back with.
That was my witty banter.
Okay, well.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. On the last episode, we talked about Chrissy Teigen and John Legend and the backlash that they experienced. And it kind of made me think about the backlash that we have been experiencing over the years of being like a social media influencer, YouTuber, creator, whatever million names we have for what we do for a living. And I thought it would be interesting for us to maybe talk about our first ever experience, getting trolled for the first time ever.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sometimes you say a long thing and then I'm like, yeah. And I don't really know what to add to it. But,
Okay.
in my head, I'm adding all the time.
It's the second episode. We'll get there.
I also don't want to interrupt because you have an issue with interruption. So I never want to interrupt you.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
a considerate person.
Thank you for being considerate.
Hi. We're married.
Nearly
We
10
love each
years.
other.
It shows.
Yeah, 9.
9 years.
We've been trolled since like the dawn of time, though.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that we might been trolled for as long as we've ever
Oh yeah, for
been
sure.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is just it's such an odd thing to think that there's people who make videos on YouTube and there's creators out there who do stuff and just don't get trolled, no matter what they do.
I mean, is that really true though? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there is certain genres that don't get trolled.
Maybe I'm just not one of them.
Right, because you are in the genre.
beauty
The beauty
community.
community is the
Yeah,
reason we,
for sure.
Siccone Jolie's, or our daily vlog, if you guys don't watch that, spawned out of you being a
In the
beauty influencer.
community.
So I got lots of friends in the car game on YouTube.
Oh right.
Right? Their trolling is on different forums about different things. And I'm always like, what? The stuff that people talk about them. But they're probably
Yeah,
looking back
that's
at my
different.
life and be thinking like, why do people care about what you eat?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably my fault. But yeah, I know.
I accept your apology.
Okay, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1 I'm going to say, and then you have to say what the first trolling experience was that you think, okay?
Well, okay.
Are you scared?
Well, I don't know what you're going to say. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Shaking
Albie,
a
yes,
puppy. yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, apologies to listeners.
Microphone.
Yes, shaking the puppy, as we like to call it, or Albie gate. Our first ever gate.
Our first child. That's what it was.
Oh my, it
Why?
was.
It has something to do with the two. Like
Yeah.
the two of us. Okay, maybe we could get away with like light trolling, but the two of us plus another. Maybe we're just awful parents.
Maybe
Which
we
I
are.
really don't think we are.
After all these years, it actually turns out that it's.
But no,
It's us.
but it is something about that formula with you, me, and
True.
what you call it, like a dependent.
Yeah.
That will always get
Because
trolled.
before we had Albie, right, we got some light trolling.
but it
Trolling
wasn't
that like
anything like-
silly trolling, right?
No, when we got our first dog, that was when it all kicked off.
And it was to do with a video that you did for Sun Love, right?
Well, you did it, but yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, I announced the winners
Yes.
with Albie.
And you had Albie, and I mean, I didn't think you were shaking. You weren't shaking him, but you were like, do, like.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I think that probably is still up there.
If
Maybe
anyone
it's
here has
not.
been watching us since 2008, maybe it was around
But it was
2009. We were
such
in
a
London at the time.
small, like it was not a big deal. And then
Well, the thing was, blogging was the thing. YouTube was like the thing you would just embed into your
Yeah.
blog. So it wasn't a big deal, YouTube. But we had like Secoin Joy didn't exist. Le Fleuve TV wasn't set up.
I think I had like 10,000
Yeah,
subscribers.
that was our level.
So to get trolled at that level was just a bit
Yeah, but it was
crazy.
the first time where that video went up, right? And then it was like the community turned on us.
Yes.
And it was the first time
Yeah.
ever where it was like the pitchforks were brought out.
I know.
And we were just like,
It was
I don't
crazy.
understand what's going on.
And it almost felt like everybody had it in, not everybody. There are still a few, there's like a handful that didn't turn and I'm still
Yeah.
friends with them. It's crazy. Like I still remember which ones didn't.
Hmm.
But I also remember which ones did.
Yeah.
Because it was nasty. It was really brutal. It was almost as if they were waiting
For something.
to happen.
Yeah.
And then that was it. That was like the trigger. And then they all turned. It was like almost like they had it in for us to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. And it was all to do with, so they were saying that you were abusing Albie because you were throwing
shook him.
up too much
Yeah.
and that you were shaking him. And there was like videos made and everything. Like
and this
it was mental.
before trolling got as sophisticated as it is now. It was
Yeah.
in today's terms, it was probably quite gentle. But
Oh, I don't know.
the experience of people, we had gone to events, right? This was back in the day when you'd go to like blogger events, right? And I'd always
With
go.
those people.
I would go as your photographer, and I would take all their pictures for them.
I
and
know.
then there was a sense,
community.
There was something growing in the UK, and all
Yeah.
the top UK influencers today were all there as like
Pretty much,
very
yeah.
young, and we were all starting out. And there was a sense of community and excitement about this. And then it was almost just like, it was just like unbelievable that you were like, but I don't understand why everyone
know.
that we've seen and been friends with us for so long,
It was crazy.
all of a sudden.
There were a few, and then it turned into other nasty things. Like
Mm.
it kind of spiraled from there. And I just remember being on Twitter because Twitter was like,
Yeah, there was no forums then.
No. This was just
Yeah.
on Twitter. And I remember seeing conversations that they were having about me.
Mm.
And I was like,
And there's YouTube
I'm
videos before
here.
drama channels, just people talking about.
and they would at me, or no, they would talk about me without adding me, but I was still following them so I could
Yeah.
see what they were saying. And it got so nasty. That was my first taster of it. And then we had kids and it got like to a whole
Whoa.
other level. I mean, if we thought dogs was bad,
Yeah.
kids is
Yeah.
like even
Yeah, way worse.
crazier.
Way worse. You know, even the level of the things that happen. But even just if you're going back to then, like we're in London, okay, we have 10,000 followers. We're kind of like, I was doing some work because I had come out of university. So
Yeah.
I was just doing some work in the city. And like, you know, it's like the balance of, was it worth it? Like, you know, I'm glad that we stuck with it because it ended up being
know.
something. But there was a point in the middle of
Well-
that where you thought, this isn't worth it, you know?
I think we just were very, I don't know. I feel like it's because we're positive people.
That's what we always say when we think about trolling. Like, I've seen so much stuff on the internet, right, with people I know who do things,
Mm-hmm.
and we privately say to ourselves, we're like, oh my goodness, did you see what that person did? Or, for example, you know, when we talk about, oh, we met a certain person at an event, but we've never spilt that tea.
Yeah.
You know, we're just not tea spillers. You know, it's not something I
Or
do.
drinkers.
I do like a chamomile tea. But you know what I mean? It's just, my mind never goes to a negative place, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't.
Exactly. So I feel like we were just, I guess we were just cut out for it because we didn't ever let it get to
Yeah.
us.
And that's probably why, maybe that's why it got so much worse as the years went on, because it seemed that
We didn't react.
we were just like, you know, we're better than that. But in fact, we were just like,
I mean, that's not the case at all. I never thought we were better. But
I think,
we
I
just didn't
actually think,
succumb
okay.
to it. Sorry, I just wanted to use a word.
I actually think there is an element of the fact that because we experienced that kind of like trolling and online abuse at a very early stage of our relationship, even our relationship,
I know.
how we began dating each other,
Yeah.
right? So
That's not trolling though.
no, but we caused a divide.
So much drama. You know, I hate.
We caused so much drama.
Yeah, and I hate
We don't mean to.
this whole thing because you know how they say somebody that says, "Oh, I don't know why, but drama just follows me around."
Right,
You're
right.
the dramatic one, like you're the drama.
Yeah.
So
We
I
don't-
hate saying that because I'm like, I'm just that person who says, I don't know why
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like their dramas. I genuinely don't know why, because I don't
know
like
why.
drama.
I don't know why, because like,
But I don't think
but if you think about it, right? 2 months before we ever even put eyes on ourselves, okay? And the whole group in that university group, we're all best friends. Everything was cool,
I know.
right? And literally,
we caused a rift.
we saw each other in a club one day and a match was lit. And
I
the
know.
whole thing just burnt down. Like literally, I'm like, we should have thought,
So that's not trolling, though. That is just drama.
Yeah.
And since then, everybody, I think, has grown up, and we've all just,
yeah.
I think.
I think
don't
so.
really know.
But that just came to my mind when I was thinking about like
I still don't really know what happened.
no.
We still have like kind of mysteries about what even happened.
It was only
or why
13 years ago.
I don't know if you were being sarcastic.
I
or
was
not.
being a little bit sarcastic.
Well, I still don't know. I don't know why that was a big issue.
I know, but I don't know what it is. But you were saying that like when you and me do things together.
A lot of people just don't like us together. Or that's not true.
That isn't true.
As in, when we first got together, a lot of people didn't want us to be together.
Yeah, they knew. They all knew what was coming.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just crazy.
It is strange.
But again, that was not trolling. I think trolling
We
is
need
more,
to get these people on the show. Guys, leave comments if we should get these people
I'm
on the
pretty
show.
sure they all still don't like us.
Yeah, that even more so. We need to
Or
get
maybe
them.
they do. I don't know.
We need
I
to-
don't know. I don't have any. Do you have any like bad blood with any of those people?
Well, here's the thing. The guys, no. Right?
You don't have any with the girls either.
I don't really, but we did see everyone a couple of months ago. You know, and I was talking to a few of them,
And
but
they were all fine.
I could tell there was still,
I don't know.
you know, and that's why I feel like let's get everyone on here, right? And we'll all talk it out.
Yeah, the problem is that I don't like confrontation, so
Hmm.
I kind of ran away. I mean, I'm at fault too. I don't think that this has turned into a completely different conversation.
It has.
But I don't think that I'm completely like, oh, I'm amazing and I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think that I'm totally innocent. We were really young.
I was so drunk though. Remember that night? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Like mojitos. Okay. The problem with mojitos is that you drink one really quickly and you're thinking, I got nothing out of
That's
that.
why
It
you
was
always
yummy.
say it's love at first sight. And I don't, because you were so inebriated. You probably saw something different than what actually was there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe. But I always think that it was like love at first sight. I can still remember that moment. And I remember you just said like, and this is my boyfriend. And I was like, but that's not how the story plays out. You know what I mean? I knew
That's
how.
because you're like semi-psychic or something. though.
Exactly.
That's not anything
exactly.
to do with,
And I was just like, this is not how this works out. Are you leaving now or when is he going? Like,
I don't think you would have cared, to be honest. We weren't.
oh, kids are home. Hold on. So, should we get back on topic here? I think we lost our way there a little bit.
Yeah.
But there is something about us being together that does cause
More so with a dependent, I think.
with a dependent. Yeah. I think, do you know what we need to
Be
do?
it Albie, Amelia.
What we need to do, all right, is we need to get other creators, okay, and listen to their stories about this topic.
Well, everyone's is going to be different.
It's funny how you can almost get used to it. You know?
Well, nothing shocks me anymore.
No,
if
not
somebody
anymore.
tells me something, I'm like, oh, but yeah, I've been through that too,
Yeah.
or worse.
Yeah. You know, and then there's the people, the difference between how do you know when someone is just being trolled or somebody deserves it? Like it's being caught out or held accountable. What's the difference between
I don't
held
think-
accountable?
So yeah, so
and
that's
trolled?
the issue that I have, is that I'm not sure that anyone, well, within reason, I'm not sure that anyone really deserves it, because everyone's human at the end of the day.
It's like Chinese whispers as well. It starts out one
Yeah.
way, and as it goes through the community, suddenly someone's going, I heard that you murdered a puppy. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
know.
It just escalates because it's like each word or what fits the narrative of people and what's what.
That's
And
why-
nowadays it's so bad because
That's why I never believe anything. Even like, I never have with like mainstream
Because
like,
outrage
celebrities or
works and
anything.
clickbait works and,
No.
and all those things work. And people say, well, don't do that. And then it's like, well, maybe if we never got
Existed.
successful. No. Maybe if we never got successful on YouTube, would we have never been trolled? We know another person who never really shot to success, okay, but has been doing YouTube for as long as us and got trolled so bad that they left the platform.
I know loads of people like that.
There's definitely a rule book to be good,
I
don't think there's a rule book to be bad.
So I think that what would probably get rid of a lot of trolling is if everybody had to put their face and name.
Well, yeah, everything we
Actual
say,
name.
we're held accountable for everything we say.
Yeah.
But
if
then
you had to put your face and your name to everything that you
Yeah.
say online, would you say half of the things that you say? I would just love to know what the
because from the day,
statistics
from
for
the
that
first
is.
tweet that I posted has had my name and my picture to it.
Mm-hmm.
And every Instagram post and every YouTube and every piece of content
And
I've
we've
ever
made
put out there.
mistakes. Like obviously, you
Plenty
know,
of mistakes.
We started when I was 22 or 21 or something, and then
Well, even if you look at like your early channel before you
Mm-hmm.
even started YouTube properly, like some of those videos, like they're probably so ridiculous.
even the fact that that Albie video was it was a video announcing 5 winners.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
that.
there was no partnership program. There was
That's-
no money. There was nothing. It was just
Was
just a hobby. No, I was just out of university, so no.
Oh yeah,
You know, I think we got our first check, our $60 check.
That's true.
When we were in London. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We also, our first ever worst brand deal. That's a whole episode.
I know.
That is insane. That involved like some of the
Oh
biggest
my
creators of the
gosh.
platform at the time. Like that was just, we still joke about that today.
Yeah.
You know, I think that needs to be another entire episode. If even legally we can talk about it, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure you pretty could because I mean,
This is back when
where is he now?
I don't know, but it involved us, and it was Ellen Blair, and I think was it Dulce involved? Yeah,
what?
Ellen Blair were involved in it.
Oh, not to the level that like at the end it was just us and then 2 other creators.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was insane.
You don't get trained to be a creator or an influencer,
I know.
you know. So you're given a platform, and you just go out there and you just talk about stuff.
I know.
And then suddenly you're trusted into this situation where people are saying that you've said something wrong or you've done something wrong, and you're like, but I'm just living my life. Because
That's the
we all
problem.
make mistakes in our life, and we're allowed to grow. Like today, I love wearing white t-shirts, okay? But I'm not going to make a statement about how everyone that doesn't wear a white t-shirt is terrible.
Oh, yes.
Because next week I'll be wearing green t-shirts, and you'll be like, didn't you say? I'm like, yeah, man, you wear white t-shirts, forget you.
Yeah, same. That's why I always
grow and change.
have a lot of compassion for people. Like I would never say that's why I'm kind of against the whole like I agree wholeheartedly with the anti-diet movement.
Right.
But I think it's unfair to be against, and I know a lot of them aren't, but to be against actual dieters, because I was one of them once. So my belief system was that before. So how can I now judge? Of course I know better now, but how can I judge people who are still dieting or
Yeah.
still trying to lose weight or
Yeah.
still like that? I can't judge
But we
them.
have-
That was my life for like 12 years.
We've met a lot of reformed trolls through and our, you know what I mean, in airports or in like different shops, or just people come up to us, be like, oh, hey, or like DMing us and stuff like that, and being saying, hey, you know what I mean, I was going through something and that's why I did it. And I think there is definitely
So the one that we met in the airport, she doesn't know that I know.
oh, she doesn't know.
No.
Oh no.
So
We've exposed a lot of trolls. We haven't like exposed them, but we found out who they are.
no, so yeah. So this girl was like this was back in the day, like back when Pee on the Stick or like Amelia. I think we only had Amelia. And we were getting trolled quite a lot just because we had a baby. I don't even know.
Classic.
And she was one of the most prolific trolls. I remember her username. I'm not going to say it, but I remember her username. I remember it was like name, number.
Well, you've just narrowed it down.
No, but like as in a
I
lot
know,
of them
I know,
were.
I know.
And so I remembered it and I knew exactly what she used to say. She used to say things like awful, awful things about me as a mom. And I was a new mom and just horrific things she said. I reminded her of her evil stepmother. Like it was just so nasty and uncalled for. And it was obviously that maybe I looked like her stepmom or something. And so she had it in for me, but I never did anything mean to her. And then I knew what she looked like because I think I had seen like a picture one time, like that she maybe used to have up there, but she'd since got rid of it. It was something like that. I definitely knew, I knew a lot about her as well because I think at the time I was reading stuff on forums and I knew what she was saying and like she had said stuff about her private life too. So she didn't know any of this. And then I met her in an airport and she came up to me and she was like, oh, hey. And then she said her name. And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, that's her. And she was so nice to me, but she was shaking.
She was shaking.
And she was really nervous.
She came over
and
to
she
me
was like,
afterwards.
can I have a picture? And she was just being so sweet. And I was really nice to her, but I knew full well who she was.
Yeah.
And she didn't say, obviously, and I didn't say. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to be as nice as pie to her. And then she won't have a reason to hate me maybe. And after that, I noticed she did kind of disappear. Like she didn't come back after that. Because I think maybe she did realize that, like, you know, and she was going to the country that, like, I knew who she was. It all like added up. And then I was like, oh, that's great. And then I remember looking her straight in the eye and being like, what did you say your name was again? And she was so nervous. Because I think a tiny part of her thought, oh, maybe she knows.
Yeah.
But I never said it. And I haven't mentioned it since like until now. But I know that was her. And she ended up being so completely opposite to how she was writing online.
Yeah.
She did not come up to me and go, I hate you. You remind me of my evil stepmother. You're such a crap mom. You're so ugly. You're this, you're that. She came up to me and she was shaking and she was like, I love your vlog so much. Like it was so different. That's why I think if you put your face and your name to it,
Yeah.
you wouldn't say the things that you otherwise say.
What we need to do is we need to get a troll on the show.
Well, I know for a fact that they're not nasty people in real life. They're not.
Yeah, but just
I
even
think
to
they're
understand,
people-
I would love to understand.
I think there are people that have been maybe not trolled themselves, but like bullied themselves or something. And they have it in for, like, it seemed like that girl really hated her stepmom and just in her mind had created like I was her stepmom. And she was putting all of her anger and all of her.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. Hurt people. I'm not 100% on that one because, you know, when I lay out my story of my life,
I know.
I have every right to be a her person.
I know.
Bullied horribly in school,
But
horrible child experience
I
at
think you
home.
either are or you're not.
Well, that's the thing. All the obstacles that were placed in my way in life, I still never have I taken that out on somebody else. I've never felt the need. I fight it with love. I fight it with happiness. And this is what I do. My outlet is making YouTube videos and sharing my life and trying to connect with little Jonathans who's
know.
sitting at home, who's feeling sad and who's having a hard time in school or is having a hard time. And I want to connect with those people and make that connection and fix that problem and try and
I know.
make it better.
Like when I think about any of my deepest, darkest times, I never put that energy into
what if-
getting
what
somebody
if-
else to feel that way.
You connect with a person, okay, online, all right? And you say, hi, and you don't get a response. And then you say, hello, I love you, and you get no response. You say, I love your videos, you get no response. And you're like, I hate you. And then you get a response.
Yeah.
And like, I hate you, and you get a response.
It's
And-
not that simple.
No, but I'm saying
That-
maybe there's a sense of like an interaction positively.
But how? 'Cause
is
I
an
don't
interaction negatively is the same level of interaction. The people who troll on people, right? They are more invested
Oh,
in
100%.
the analytics of
That-
a video than I'm even
Yeah, no,
invested
that
in.
is 100%
I don't even know what's going on
true.
sometimes, and then I read something, I'm like,
I know.
oh really? So maybe there's two sides to every content piece that you put out a piece of content, okay, and it goes out to the public forum, right? Where you can read it and see it, right? And then it goes out to the negative form where you can see it. And we have learned over years. There was a time when we would read and engage with our trolling.
I used to in the beginning because I thought
I remember you got
could...
post-traumatic stress, was it? Which one is it?
It was postnatal depression.
Postnatal depression. You sat in your bed and you were reading this form
Yeah.
and you were so upset and then you got caught up in it.
Yeah.
And we've, over the last couple of years, we just don't bother doing it anymore because all it does is make you feel crap about
Oh,
yourself.
it's horrific. I mean, after that, I was like, well, not really after that, but I kind of learned my lesson. I was like, there's nothing good ever comes of
But that's what I'm saying.
that.
In the public forum, right, in terms of the comments under your content, okay?
You can't really police comments.
No,
though.
but I'm saying it's generally positive. But then in the darker side, right, it's a lot more negative.
But that's why I kind of like it that way because I just don't read. I opt not to read any negative stuff. Because, you know, what's the point? Why would you? I mean, if everybody
Because
had,
I think people, right, are more interested in people's negative opinions of them because it's a reflection of their own insecurities. So if you're insecure about your hair, okay, and you read 100 comments that say your hair is lovely, you're not believing them because your mind is saying, no, but my hair is crap, my hair is crap, my hair is crap. Your hair is lovely. No, my hair is crap. Your hair is lovely, but my hair is crap. And then you read a comment saying, your hair is crap, and you're like, I knew it. I'm going to deep dive into why my hair is crap. I mean, that's just a human thing of us.
but I think you just learn not to do that.
Okay.
You learn how to deal with it.
I'm a 40-year-old who's been for 11 years in this business.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm at a different place where I feel like I can look at that and go, no. But 10 years ago, I want to deep dive in about the hair.
Well, I did when I just had Amelia.
And this space, YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, is predominantly, you know what I mean, full of young people. Mm-hmm. And that is why I think there's so much more of a risk.
Yeah.
Right? Because when people troll us, we're like, slow clap.
Oh,
slow
yeah.
clap.
Like I remember
But you
after
go
just
take
having my first baby.
Yeah, that
and
is
it was
when
the worst.
that was terrible.
And I remember that time when I didn't open the curtains and I just literally stayed in bed reading all of the awful stuff about me, how I was holding her wrong, feeding her wrong. I was a terrible mother because I did this, that, whatever. I looked awful, you know, picking apart every single tiny thing that I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
And when you're a new first time mom and you're postpartum, you do think you're doing everything wrong. And I remember reading all of that stuff and genuinely believing, letting them or allowing them make me believe that Amelia was better off without me.
Yeah. You know, and that's terrifying.
I know.
That young people and the effect of
Like
mental
I've
health.
never been suicidal ever, but that was like close to it because they just they ripped me to shreds. And I felt like I had finally found something that I was actually good at, which was being a mom. And then they just basically took that away from me. And it was one of the darkest times. And then I did a video about postnatal depression months later, and I was mocked and told that I was making it up for views and I was making it up for attention. And I was like,
because we didn't share
I don't even know what to do
you
then.
sitting in your bed.
No,
We're
of
actually
course not.
A television show, a panel show, mocked you as well and made a whole.
Yeah, that was before I'd had her.
Yeah.
Just before I'd had
Yeah.
my first baby.
You know,
It was, yeah.
They were adults, so.
I'm so passionate about, that's why I'm so passionate about postnatal mums. I feel like they don't get enough support and a lot of them get ripped to shreds, especially online. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most precious times ever because
And vulnerable.
So, yeah.
They even warn you, the 3-day blues, day 3 blues, is that what it's called?
Yeah, but then the postnatal depression is supposed to come later.
My first ever panic attack in my entire life
Yeah, I
happened
know.
because trolling all the problems I had as a child.
I know.
Resurfaced.
I never expected that.
Yeah, resurfaced again. What people would value as the best time in our life, because we had just had the babies, our careers are so great, everything was great, was just being flooded and
Oh,
destroyed.
yeah.
And if
It
I was a
came
weaker
with-
person,
I
I think
know.
it would have escalated even further.
It did. Yeah. That definitely did not come without its fair share of
But then we had each
bad
other.
too. I know.
We always had each other. We always talked to each other. Now, take a 17-year-old girl who doesn't have each other. Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
is being
yeah.
absolutely destroyed on
have
social
the
media.
utmost respect for everyone who puts themselves out there on social media, no matter what they do. Like, it's so hard. It's not easy, and it's not like.
But you're
what
not
people would
trying,
think.
like with Siccone Jolie's and our vlog, we didn't want to make our vlog all about the negative. We wanted it to be the positive. So we would
Yeah,
not
no.
ever talk about the stresses that we were going
Yeah.
through. Some days were just the worst, but we would just pick up the camera, put on a smile.
Oh, like the worst.
tell
I
the
think
story.
one of the worst it's ever been was after Alessia was born.
Yes. Yeah. And that
The
was
girls after each girl was born,
Yeah.
it always
It's always
somehow
worse.
just went crazy. It went nuts.
boys seem to go under under the radar.
I don't know why, but the girls, it just went so crazy. And Alessia's one that hit me really hard, even though I was a third-time mom.
Yeah.
But that hit me so bad. And also, on top of that, people just went so against us.
Yeah, people
online.
made videos. Big creators made videos about us. Everything, and you're
I
just
mean,
like, I
who
don't.
does
Why?
that?
Why would you pick on a mom?
New parent. Well, it was both of us really, but a new parent. That is why I am so passionate about when I see new moms being bashed. I'm just so like, oh, it makes me so angry. Like, I just want to protect them because it's not fair.
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
Or even
Of what should
even
be
what we talked about
happening.
last time with Chrissy Teigen.
I
Do
know,
you what I mean?
exactly.
Even when
So you're going to go hate on someone who's just lost their baby.
who's already hating themselves
Why
so
would you
much.
do that?
Who is
Why?
she's probably sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I do
Exact-
wrong?
of
What's
course
wrong with
she
my
is.
body? How did I make this happen?
Because
and then
when,
it's
that's
been
like when the
reinforced.
vegans came after me after I miscarried, saying that I miscarried because I caused that because I was
Yeah.
eating meat.
You're already second guessing every move
I
you've
mean,
made. Feel like we need to get some people on that have been trolled.
Yeah.
Okay, to talk about it from another point of view. We need to get some trolls on. We need to become trolls.
I don't think I can. I don't think
We're gonna
either of us
join
can.
a forum, okay? And we're gonna deep dive. We're gonna become
I don't want to.
a troll to get into the psyche of a
I
troll.
can't remember the last time I've read like a nasty thing about me on one of those places. I don't want.
And then we
I have no
unmask it as
intention.
like it was us all along, Scooby Doo.
Yeah, but
And then they'll all go,
that's not fun.
"You got me," and they'll all change their ways.
That's the thing, is that it
That
never
end.
happens like that ever.
This is true.
You think it, but like I'm subscribed to some small creator people who have gone in there and tried to reason with them, and there is no point.
That was really sad, actually.
They rip you even more.
Mm.
And I'm like, see, you can't fight with crazy.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call them crazy.
But you can't. But once their mind's made up
Yeah.
that they hate you and there's nothing you can do to change their mind. What's
But
the point?
it's
you can't
it's
even.
when
you can't win.
everyone's passionate. It's like, sometimes we'd have a fight, right? But we're both really passionate and strong-minded people. So if we're both agreeing, it's like there's people in the world, which just sounds crazy, who believe the world is flat.
No, I know, but that's the
But
whole
they-
thing about politics.
They are so
But that's why.
convinced.
Why would you ever bring up politics?
Exactly.
It's
Or
so
religion or
polarizing.
anything like that. You know
see,
what I mean?
we can't. No, it's
So
just not going to
it's-
happen.
It's complicated.
That's not what this podcast is about. But then I like to see both sides.
I love to be both sides. I always listen to my anti-ideas.
Oh, I follow like people that are very this way, and then I follow people that are. I love it. I think it's so cool. Why would you not want?
Well,
why would
actually-
you want your timeline to all be the same?
In terms of Flat Earth, I watched a documentary on it and I was so convinced. It's like, wait a second. That is way convincing. Any conspiracy, you can listen to it and be like, what? You know what I mean? Politics, you listen to this side.
I know that's why.
That's so believable. What? Oh my, no way. No. Hey, oh, hey, oh.
That's why sometimes like I follow people, and it's so creepy. But people will like look at who I follow, and they'll be like, "I can't believe you follow this person. That seems really different to who
Oh my
you
God.
are." And I'm
I
like,
must be the worst person to play that game with.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't only follow people that are just like me.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
follow people that are different to me because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, I follow so many people that are so far from what I am, but I love it. Like, I follow mums. I follow people who are not mums. I follow dog mums too sometimes.
I follow mums. I follow dads.
I don't think I follow any.
Me?
Maybe unintentionally.
On that note, guys, thanks for watching the first, second, or whatever episode as well. Thanks for watching or listening to the podcast.
I'm
or
really
watching
sorry
the
about
video.
that scream in the beginning. That was very embarrassing.
Sorry about it. Do please subscribe to the channel here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube, subscribe or follow whatever you're watching it on. Because who knows? I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. Make sure to leave comments below. And we'll see you guys next time. See you later.
No kids allowed.